Dad is an expert rider. He raced Moran for a number of years, and he got me into it when I was about 3.
Cat mini bike when I was 8 years old. My father grew up on a dairy farm, and when he moved to California, we couldn't afford horses, so he bought a Trailmaster 80, and
I was
got a cat mini
I was
bike.
5 years old, and Santa Claus brought me a PW 50, and yeah, my dad. We went out to a road right by, just a gravel dirt road, nothing special, right down by our house, and we just did circles on it over and over and over. And I know the first day we ended up having to add like a little governor on it to really mellow out the power, and we had to take it off within the first like 20 minutes because it just didn't have enough. And it's what I lived and breathed. I mean, even before that I had bicycles, and I would just sit there and make the motorcycle sounds riding it around, and just I lived for it. I loved it. And
my dad built us a little track in our first house we lived in, and my cousins were just getting into riding too, so we had a couple jumps and we just kept pushing each other to see who could do the biggest thing or whatever.
Trail road for years, and then in those days there was more flat track, short track, and so we started doing flat track and short track. And then I got into Speedway, and for the next 15 years, really, I only rode a Speedway bike. And started into off-road after I quit riding Speedway just to do something with my kids. And the reason we came to WORCS is my wife was going to be gone for the weekend, and I saw on Cycle News an ad for the Havasu race. So kids and I...
It was Christmas Day, December 25th. Surprisingly... it was in Reno, and it wasn't full-blown snow. It was actually a dry winter that year, so we had no snow, and it was still cold though. It was I would say definitely around probably 28 degrees, somewhere in there, 35. It was. I definitely had a jacket on, and I was just ecstatic, man. That's the only word.
I mean, really, the reason that I love to ride motorcycles, but the reason that we come is all the people. When my kids went away to college, and I said, Debbie, we don't have to drive to these races anymore. And my wife looked at me and says, "What do you mean? All my friends are there." And
from the aspect of just riding the course, I think the coolest part of WORCS is just the family. From day one, since it started, it's always been about the moto industry. We're all a family here, and it hasn't changed. It hasn't lost its vibe. It's still special, and you just saw your buddy last week at another race, but you see him at this race. Hey man, good to see you. And then you embrace each other again. And to me, that's the coolest part.
JR 50, and I was 3, and my first race was when I was 4. My name is Ty Tremaine, and I love WORCS racing.
My name is Mark Prince. I ride the 50A and the 40B, and I race WORCS.
Justin Soule. I ride for Monster Energy Kawasaki, and I ride the Pro Class in the WORCS series.